How to keep motivated? You know, that's a really good question because yesterday I was doing great. I was being productive. I had done so much recording. And then I even finished the next page of Inside Out. And I was feeling great. But then some internet stuff and it just. And then the last recording I did completely failed. I don't know why I didn't save. And next thing I knew, it was dinner time and I had to quit. Because I'm on this schedule that I can't. I'm trying to keep myself from overworking again. Thing is, I hit a low. After that, I couldn't sleep. I was struggling. And it got me thinking, why am I bothering? All over again, why am I bothering to do this? And the depression started hitting me, telling me, what's the point? What is the reason for me doing any of this at all? And it got me really, really thinking about it. You see, so many of you ask, how do I keep motivated? How do I continue doing the same story for years on end over a span of hundreds of pages? For God, it's been 8 years of Inside Out, many, many, many more years for everything else. My wife's answer is simple. I am crazy. Well, yeah, I have a lot of mental issues. And I don't know if that's the simple answer, but I'm also stubborn as hell. And bullheaded, never willing to quit entirely. No matter what happens, I never really quit. I thrive on creating. It is that energy I get. Creating new characters, creating new stories. It is how I survived so many years. After getting out of the mental hospital and finishing school, I had nothing to do. I could have just sat there. I was on disability. I was told I couldn't do anything I wanted. So what did I do? I drew. I drew and I drew. And this nice, I rarely went outside because I was so, I barely go out. I'm a hermit. But this comic store I always went to, they were like, why don't you draw comics? And I was like, I don't know. But I was drawing because I felt like it, and I was having fun with it. No, like, there wasn't this internet that you have nowadays. There wasn't this instant comments, instant likes. There was nothing like that. It was just me drawing because I felt like it. And then someone took me to my first convention, the first Anime North. I think it was the very first Anime North. And I remember meeting the art head, and she saw my portfolio, and I was like, oh god. And she wanted to see it, and I was really embarrassed because it was terrible. I mean, God, I've showed you guys some of that stuff. I have that, the chart of my improvements over the last, 10 years, 12 years. And she looked through it, and I was expecting to say how horrible my work is. And a bunch of other people came along and started looking at it, and I'm like, oh god, more people. But what she said startled me. She said, she didn't say it was great, didn't say it was wonderful, but she actually said, I want you to finish and have this printed for next year. I was like, what? She's like, print it. I want you to have physical copies next year. And I was like, what? Wait, what? And a couple other people agreed. They wanted me to have this done. So I went back and spent a year not making just one, but I made 3 issues. And I also read this comic book type thing, Cerebus, C-E-R-E-B-U-S, Cerebus Guide to Self-Publishing. And it really drilled into your head that you're most likely to fail at comics. But at the same time, it showed me how to do things like create ashcans, which are little printed out comics that are like, 30 pages long, made of normal, just everyday paper, folded in half and stapled together. So I went through. This book really put it in place. The thing is, I had a goal. When seeing people wanted me to do this, I wanted to create my story, a gay story that I could enjoy. I found there was not enough gay characters out there. There's just not enough gay or trans or any characters back in the day. and I wanted to create that. That was what I set out to do. And I figured, no one's going to want it, so I might as well just do what I want. And so I create the craziest psychological horror nightmare type gay story I could. And people bought it and liked it. And I remember this guy coming to my table on the day 3, and he said, I bought your book because I just wanted to support an artist, and I read it last night, the Saturday, and I really want more. And I was like, really? I only have 3. And he's like, I bought all 3. Oh God. So I had people come back to my table and tell me they want more, which meant I had a year to come up with more. And I drew a lot. I drew tons. And a couple comic book stores bought them and everything. But yeah, I got a lot of hate mail. I got a lot of people wanted to push me down, and they hated the fact that I was gay and I was open about it. I started having rumors that I was trans, and I'm like, but I already talk about this. Being gender neutral, being androgynous, they started attacking anything they could to try to pull me down. But I just kept going. And I just kept going. And then years later, I started meeting people who would tell me how much my stories affected them and how much I changed their lives. And that meant so much. One moment. Sorry about that. The thing is, I got a letter just last night, an email, saying how much I helped them deal with their sexuality and gender identity and things like that. And I started thinking about all the others that I hear from, and I get a little overwhelmed by it all. And yeah, the thing is, I met so many of you, and then I got so much fan art, and I think I felt the worst when I had that crash. I couldn't attend. The doctors told me I should quit, and I couldn't do cons anymore. My health was declining. I continued writing novels, but I felt like I was disappointing people because I wasn't creating what people wanted. And it was actually a rough time. But I met my wife during that time, and things started getting better. And in 08, I talked to her about doing comics again, and she said if I do just web comics and keep it one page like a week and don't overwork myself and take, only work about 9 hours a day, no more than that, take breaks, take weekends off. Yeah. So I kept going, and people, I again didn't expect anyone to like. I had to retrain myself. I had to redraw everything. My hands shake so much. And it was all like starting completely over again after 6 years of not doing art. But I'm not trying to be the best. That's my one thing. I know I'll never be the best. And I just love to do this, and I'm so glad people like it. My rule is, as long as one person enjoys it, I will continue. And that I guess is what keeps me going. It's all of you. I mean, 2 years ago, I think it is now, I got even sicker, and the hypothyroidism and all the tests and everything, and it dragged me down even more, and my wife just said draw more. But I ended up drawing Vocaloid stuff, and people liked that. But I needed more equipment, I needed more stuff to keep myself going. It was also expensive, and so someone said create the Patreon page, and I didn't expect anyone to really support me, but then you did. So many of you did. And I am an emotional mess as usual. Yeah, this is why I don't go out much, don't talk much. I tend to be a bit of a... But yeah, it's because of all you. I have this new machine that I can do this video things fun and do more art and keep going. And I don't have to be so stressed out over bills and everything. So, I guess the answer is you. It's all because of your support that I keep going. One sec. I can't thank you enough for everything. And one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I have to take a moment and calm myself down every so often because when I think about it, yeah, there I go again. So, yeah, it's all of you. And then I tell you, last year I met Indy Foxtail, and I remember loving her work, and then found out she liked my work, and we got talking, and I'm not good at talking to people, and I was so nervous and couldn't believe there's so many of these people I've been wanting to talk to who suddenly getting sick made me just, talk to them. What do I have to lose? And, I did that collab with her and I was so excited. I tell you, oh my God, it made me so emotional. I just don't know how much. And all the fan art, even she did the fan art, and Neo doing all those collabs with her. I feel bad because I haven't done any more with her, and her and Kite, and oh my God, and Kuru. I think that's Kuru. I can't remember how to pronounce it correctly. I mean, the fact that I talked to her, and all these people, and Verley. Oh my God, I'm getting all these names mixed up. I'm an emotional mess right now. uh, Thank you. I mean it. I mean, maybe I would have quit. I don't know. I mean, I'm so tired at times. This illness makes me so sick and weak, and my joints hurt, and I get so exhausted, and all the appointments wear me out, all the doctors. But knowing you guys want this, you like what I do, I don't care that I don't have the thousands, tens of thousands of followers like some people. All I care about is keeping on going and creating things that you enjoy. So I think, oh dear, oh, that didn't show up. I think that is what keeps me going. So, thank you everyone. I bow to you. You are my big motivation. I hope to create more and more for years to come as long as I can. And I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye. Thanks for watching my video. You can see more art and videos and tutorials at my Patreon page. And you can read my manga on Tapastic as well as Tumblr, but mostly the newest pages are posted on Tapastic. Thank you so much for joining me and supporting my work. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you again. Bye.